Hey everybody, Ro16 here, bringing you another StarCraft commentary. It's going to be the second game played in the round of 16 in the Lost Saga MSL. It's going to be pretty good. I believe this is Group C, if I remember correctly. Whatever it is. Yep, Group C. So yeah, it's Group C, and it's going to be a good TVT for you guys. Seriously, a good TVT. It's not going to be Flash vs. Up Magic again, most likely, but it's still going to be something good. It's going to be Leta against Flash. Yes, pretty much the two premier Terrans right now are going to be duking it out in the round of 16, and it's going to be sad to see one of these guys go. So here we have Leta of OGN Sparkyz. The guy has been explosive this season against Flash, who is the ultimate weapon. He's Flash, for crying out loud. All of these guys, both these guys, TVT is their best matchup, I believe. Flash is about at 68%, Leta is nearing 75%, but Leta hasn't played as many games as Flash, so overall I don't really know how to think of his stats there. 4, 3, 2, 1, go. I think Flash's premier experience here will give him the advantage, although I will not belittle Leta a win. I'm going to have Leta in orange at the 11 o'clock, I'm going to have Flash in red at the 5 o'clock. This is Destination. A destination. Nah, it's the destination. Who names these maps? Anyway, I think Leta just got changed to white. I'm not sure, or beige, or whatever. Anyway, I look forward to this. I think Flash's, as I said, Flash's experience should help him out here. A lot of people do think, however, that Leta will win this game, and overall I don't really know how to think on that. I called Flash to win this 2-1, although this is just one of those groups where I would not be surprised if I was surprised, because this is that kind of match, just these kind of players that can just came out of nowhere. I definitely see Leta beating guys. The guy has been on insane winning streaks lately, going for insane stuff. And see overall how it is that they played out this TVT. Flash might be thinking of a fast expansion. That'd be heavy on him. Might be thinking of 14 command center. That'd be very risky for him. I'm hoping he doesn't go into bat for him. No, never mind. Just mind a little bit of minerals started going. Leta, meanwhile, he's blocking off his ramp, putting down the supply depot. He's going to have to add a barracks to that as well. Flash apparently just looking around for cheese. But Leta's not really that big of a cheesy player. He's a guy that plays very good when he plays standard. So if he's going to beat Flash, it will beat Flash in standard play, because that is what he does. Leta just a very good hopeful, he's one of the guys that's holding OGN Sparkyz up. Leta now getting his gas going, so both players of course going to go for very mech heavy builds. Interestingly enough that Leta rather chose to block off his ramp rather than build that forward barracks to mine off. I don't see barracks anyway from Flash. Meanwhile, apparently Flash might just be thinking of going for 14cc. Oh my god, I think he will. And we're going to see whether it is coming biting him in the ass or not. Yep, 14cc coming up for Flash. Wow. Heavy risky build on a two-player map like Destination is such. I mean, mind you, there is a bit of a distance to travel. There are those bridges that are very helpful for Terrans, so both players are going to take full advantage of those. And Leta just now sending out a scout and going to spot that 14 command center. Most people think that Flash will take this. Flash also bidding a barracks alongside that thing. I'm going to see whether Leta actually. I don't think Leta has any factories going so far. I don't see him pressing this really. Flash just now getting his refinery, so he's going to have factory a little bit late. But I suppose he probably planned for this. Third supply depot coming up for Leta and getting his factory. We're going to see whether Leta uses fact into expansion or not to his advantage. If this lets Leta now has a scout going, if Flash is let do this, if he lets Flash do this, Leta, that is, then without doing any sort of economic damage, then Flash should be able to get a huge economic advantage just early on, just do lots and lots, just build up his macro, build up a large army, and just push into Leta. So Leta definitely has to do some sort of aggression, setting out Marines to start off with, not building any more Marines, just feeling confident enough to just block up his army. Going for 2 fact, actually, not going to expand from 1 factory to try to equalize this, possibly thinking of early aggression, because of course Flash is not going to have anything to answer that early aggression early on. Flash meanwhile is also that was confusing. Sorry, that is Leta going for his machine shop as well, so you might be thinking of either tanks or vultures with mines. You're going to see what happens here. A Marine as well as the supply depot moving out into the base of Flash, doing a pretty good job. Okay, Flash is way too many. Now putting on a bunker. Meanwhile, Flash desperately trying to keep that one Marine alive. Flash has more Marines going, so I don't think Leta's gonna be too aggressive, be too successful with his early harassment. Just you know, trying to be a little bit of a pain. Just try to do what sort of economic damage he can. Just being overall irritating. Yeah, full-on gas mining going on from Leta there, so he's not thinking of an expansion, at least not yet. He's actually thinking of early aggression, first factory now up for Flash, and he's still building some more Marines to help him with this. He might be actually thinking of a Marine with tank push, but I definitely don't think that will be successful, seeing as he won't have those troops inside. Leta has that SCV out there, and building tanks from both. He has machine shops on both of those factories, so he's definitely going to have some tanks. And Flash is not going to be able to get a scout. The tank is definitely going to make sure Flash has no scout inside of Leta's base. So honestly, he knows that Leta's not fast expanding, which means that he can expect some troops coming his way very soon, but he has no idea what's coming. Meanwhile, Flash going for an early starport. We're going to see what this happens for. He might be thinking of an early drop with those factories and machines that are going up for Leta. I don't see this being wraiths, although this could be. You had TVT surprise me for one machine shop now spinning. I assume that is for the range upgrade. Don't see any mines out. One tank, one Marine moving out for Leta. We're going to see whether it tries to put on any early pressure. Leta might actually be thinking, I think for his sake, he should possibly think of expanding fairly soon to try to equalize this economic situation, because Flash is just going to get such a huge economic advantage so early on if he's allowed this to happen. Control tower going down on that starport for Flash, so it's either a drop or something else. Academy also coming up, so it's probably a drop coming from Flash fairly soon, preparing for that. Might be thinking of Cloak Race, although I don't really see. Leta now has 3 tanks and some vultures out in the field, so he might be thinking of a push, actually sending some forces to the sides. Might be thinking of some sort of preparing to intercept some flanking maneuvers. As scouting SCV going to get taken out, I'm going to see not much. Leta definitely sending some of those forces from the left to try to hide them from scouts. And then moving out with a Marine and 3 tanks. We're going to see what they manage to do. Sieging those tanks, so he's going to start sieging at that barracks. Has that SCV moving in to get the scouting information. Meanwhile, SCV is being pulled off the line by Flash. Flash trying to build up, I think, another bunker of those Marines. It's a huge trouble. We're going to see all those tanks moving in. Flash has nothing but 1 tank to defend him. Okay, 2 tanks. Is building another bunker. Some vultures. I don't know if they have upgrades or not. And Starport is upgrading, so it could be actually Cloak Wraith that's going to be coming out. So Flash going to try to counter these tanks with Cloak Wraiths. But Leta doing a pretty good job. I think he lost he did lose 1 tank there, but overall now has the contain going for him. Although he has no anti-air, so he's going to be very careful against those Wraiths. So soon we'll have some cloak going for him. Meanwhile, the gas is going to get taken down. Floating barracks going now into the natural Flash here. More vultures being pulled. Army now going down for Leta finally, so he's going to have those Goliaths out soon enough, but he's also going to need some cloaking to deal with this. Mines now up for Leta, so Flash is not going to be able to move out with tanks to defend this. Although he does have an academy going, so he should have scan on his main. With only 1 scan, I don't know how much he'll be able to do. Leta is going to lose 1 tank, another tank there. The Wraith doing a pretty good job. And those SCVs in the area to repair. First Goliath now out for Leta. Leta also using this chance to expand, doing a pretty decent job of getting some economic damage done on Flash here. Flash going to probably lose that 2nd tank also to those. Yep, he loses all of his tanks to those Wraiths, so that's pretty bad for him. Meanwhile, Vultures now moving in from the other side, going to plant mines here at the back. Make sure nothing moves around. Mines, meanwhile, mine clearing SCVs going around everywhere. Another comp station being built by Flash. Going to see all those mines. The micros very well. Oh, 1 mine goes off on both those tanks. Tanks heavily damaged. They're going to have to be repaired. Meanwhile, Vultures still running on everywhere for Leta. We're going to see whether he tries to keep on some pressure with those. Well, I think his mines are going to be taken out. So Leta losing some forces in that attack, and now getting harassed here by Wraiths, and he doesn't have any detection. Oh dear lord. He's trying to put up an academy so he can get some scan going, but he has no detection whatsoever. He has no engineering bay. Flash has 2 Wraiths just killing as many SCVs as they want as they try to build that academy. That's not going to happen. He has some Goliaths, but no anti-air otherwise. So Leta now has taken his natural expansion. So and now moving in with his own vultures, trying to do some own counter harass. Going to see how many SCVs he managed to kill. 3 vultures inside. Should be able to do some pretty decent counter harass. Several SCVs going down. 1 kill for that 1 vulture there. Just trying to micro around as well as they can. I don't think they have any mines. One of those vultures so critically injured. Last vulture now still alive. Finally get probably cleaned up by that tank. Has some speed going, so he's going to try to micro himself around, do as much damage as he can. Cloak is still out there, just killing as much as he can. Oh! Running out, Cloak running out one of those Wraiths, and he just tries to fly away, but the Goliath takes it out before that managed to happen. Two Goliaths now ready. They're just trying to kill off that thing. Wraith, the Academy has gone up, so the scan is going to be up in time. Although the Wraith's not going to fly away. Although I think those Wraiths did a significant amount of damage to comms station going for Leta. All in all, a pretty equalized position. Although I think those Wraiths did far too much economic damage for Leta to really want there. That Vulture for Leta down there down position. We'll see whether I don't see him in range of those SCVs. Those Goliaths should be able to counter those Wraiths pretty well. He's going to definitely need some anti-air to counter those, and some detection, of course. It's more anti-air than just those Goliaths. Charon Booster's now finally up, so those Wraiths are going to be in serious trouble. Some Goliaths now out there, and both players now sieging in position here, going to try to attack as much as they can. The Wraiths being countered pretty well by those Goliaths. 2 tanks by Leta as well, a couple of Goliaths, way more tanks that are out in the field by Flash. I think Leta might be in a bit of trouble here.